Welcome back, you dirty little safe shoppers. I appreciate you being here. What a treat do I have for you right now, whenever you're watching this, from Browning. This, my friends, is the Rawhide 49T. We're gonna talk size, we're gonna talk color, size, variation. We're gonna talk, I don't know, how many weapons will it hold? Stay tuned to the end, get all those details and more. Let's get into the video. So, let's see what details we can talk about, and maybe you're gonna consider this to be your next safe. Who knows? We like to start with a little game called What You See in Front of You. Simple enough. This finish that you can't stop staring at, for good reason, is the textured saddle brown. Lovely. Now, also you'll notice a little bit unique color variation on the hardware from what you're probably used to seeing from most manufacturers. This is antique bronze. So we see the antique bronze here on the UL listed Secure Ram keypad. Very nice, with the 3-spoke handle also having the antique bronze finish on it. I said it multiple times, there'll be a test at the end, write that down. So, yes, if you buy from your local locksmith dealer, you do have an option to switch out the lock to a mechanical option. Absolutely. Just buying online, that might be difficult, so make sure you're talking to one of us directly when you're buying it to talk about that. What we see in front of us. How about the height, the size, okay? This guy stands in at 72 inches tall. 'Tis 43 inches wide, and the depth, let's talk about it, 25 inches. Now listen, that's from the back of the safe to the front of the safe, just here, right? That does not include the hinges, nor the lock, nor the handle. Measuring your space, be careful of that, okay? Be mindful. You wanna add about 3 inches to be super safe. 2.5 is probably okay, but let's say 3 inches to be really safe. What's fun to talk about when we're looking at safes? What about this? What about the fact that it's constructed of 11 gauge steel? We talk a lot about steel on the channel. We harp on it. That way you start to get a better idea and understanding why does what cost what? You know, what are those variations that make it cost different? What are the attributes that come with it? All these things, right? So 11 gauge steel is good. It is. It's not phenomenal. No, it's not great. It's not the best you can buy. It's good. So that's the body. The door as well is constructed of 11 gauge steel. And so it's their, I'm gonna say it's their 1-inch duoform door. So the whole door itself is 1 inch thick, and we'll see in a second. Well, that doesn't mean it's solid plate steel or anything like that, but it's the 11 gauge steel wrapped all the way around and molded. And then behind it is an inner steel plate. That adds strength though, if somebody is attempting to pry bar and do this, pry, the door doesn't want to buckle because it has that extra layer going through and across, okay? With that, I should mention too, again, you don't see it, but it's in front of you. Let's talk about it. Behind the keypad is a hard plate and a reed locker. Both those things are used for if somebody tries to break in as well. The hard plate, so if somebody's trying to drill, it's gonna eat up drill bits a lot faster. I said it, but the reed locker, it's called an external reed locker. So we're talking about what we see in front of us. That's predominantly it. Let's deep dive a little bit more on the door. And in order to open it and talk about the door, I have to show you the hinges that I pointed out a minute ago. They're clearly on the outside, but that allows it to have this, the 180 swing. I'm not swinging at 180, you get the point. So let's talk about the door some more, because now we're gonna continue to focus on what's in front of us. That's gonna be these bolts. They're 1 inch diameter, they're chromed, and they are protruding from 3 sides of the door. That would be the top, and that would be left and right. What were we talking about? The door. I think you covered it. I'm pretty impressed. You did that pretty well. I probably want to get into something called fire rating, because that too is very important in our world, right? The fire rating of a safe and the steel content of the safe are primarily the 2 things you ought to be shopping for. With that, this feller Has a very nice, look at the sticker, 90 minutes at 1680 degrees. That's what we like to call impressive. So we normally recommend you buy a minimum of 60 minutes at 1200. There's a lot of numbers being thrown around right now. I get it, I'm a little confused. Let's make a graph, let's break it down, let's talk about that for just a second, and then we'll hop back into this thing, okay? So with that, like I said, I'm gonna put a little graph on the screen. I just need to turn the lights down. Just give me 1 second. I had to turn the lights down. I can't find the switch. Is it this one? Nope. This one. Oh, nope. This one. Got him. Okay. Sorry. Should have had help doing it. It's kind of hard to walk around in the dark. You ready? So again, I said 90 at 1680. So let's assume that the fire reaches 1680 degrees. That's exceptionally hot. Fires, I'm not gonna say don't always, or often catch that. Fires are sporadic, but we're covered. 1680 degrees. Let's say it stays that hot for an hour and a half, the 90 minutes that we just read, okay? What I'm telling you from the manufacturer is that at 1680 degrees for this 90 minutes on the graph here, the internal temperature of the safe shouldn't breach 275, okay? It's a lot of math, but I think the graph helps with that, okay? Oh yeah, sorry. Yes, that switch right there. Don't hit the other one, I swear to, thank you. I appreciate that, thanks. So, with fire though, super important, we've got this material that wraps its way around the inside of the door jamb. This is called PaluSol. Bouncing bubble, you got it kids, here we go. PaluSol, I love that game, thank you for playing. PaluSol will expand 7 times its natural size during the course of a fire. Why that's important to you and I is because whatever gap or air that's even mildly let in between the door and the body, well, that's gonna expand and stop that. So it's very important that whether it's this or any other safe that you're shopping for, that you're paying attention to these little details that we're giving you, kids. These are nice, you're welcome, they're free. I swear to God, they're free. Moving on, we should probably talk about what? Interior, because you can't stop staring. I know, I get it. Start here, stay with me. This is called the DPX Door Storage System. But right off the bat, here's pistol storage. And just to be funny, and just because I can, actually sent these going the different direction than these. Now, for all of you who are thinking about your inventory, and you're kind of guessing like, I think all my stuff would have fit, hey, but what about that one? We try to play that game for you when we bring these up here, okay? These are Glocks, right? These are, and you know, no, I don't carry a full-size Glock. I'm sorry, I don't. So you can see they fit fantastically. They're not falling through, they're not coming out. These are all full-size. Beretta, MVP 2.0, and 1911. As you see, they fit fantastically. Right here, you can't help but notice it. Yes, you can put long guns on the door. That's kind of a Browning-only scenario. Browning ProSteel owns 8, 9 different patents on how this interior is set up so that nobody else can do the exact same thing. Very unique to the market. It's very lovely. So inside the safe, that's where we're going to next, yeah? It's got kind of that faux leather material on the inside, but looks nice. As far as wear and tear, honestly, I've never had anybody complain to me about it over time for having it. It's not a brand new finish, so it's been out for a while and I've yet to have a replacement warranty, anything on it actually. The shelving system that you see in front of you though, that is the CMS shelving system. That's what I'm going with, sounds really right. Fully adjustable, there's normally a shelf right here. It does come with it. I took it out so that I could use the demonstration of the weapons we're using. We'll get to it. So I told you up here, we saw those, and that was 8 pistols on the door itself. Fantastic. Now, it comes with the pistol rack, right? And that is a piece, an accessory, it just bolts on. It just bolts on. So if you wanted to, and you wanted more of these, because you, oh my gosh, I got so many pistols. Okay, well you just bolt that onto every shelf, literally in here. It's amazing. So the shelving, like I said, very modular. It all moves around. Shelves hold a lot of weight. You can put like 3,000 rounds of 223 on a shelf. So Big important thing to learn here. The 49T, because I don't think I've said it yet. You ready? Because you've been asking. 49 long guns. That's what that means. And I know in the back, I get it, I know. However, because of this unique interior, this is the closest that we've ever seen to actually getting to a number that they claim. In doing so, I'm gonna roll the B-roll on this one, but right here up front, right? The 270 Remington has a 50 mil on it, 50 millimeter scope on it. That is a 12 gauge sitting directly behind it. That's how you stack in here to make it work. Notice how far back the buttstocks are for the guns. And so keep that in mind. So what we do is we stack first, a weapon with no optic goes all the way back and against the wall. It ain't going anywhere. Then we come in with the scope in front of it. And again, on the B-roll, I'm pretty sure you can see how they're just fine. They live together happily. Am I going too fast for y'all? Are we good? Is everybody all right? Do you need to, everybody need a restroom break? Okay, let's finish up. Let's do it real quick. Look at the bottom. This is what they call an elevated floor, which is amazing. Elevated floor allows for you to remove and reinsert weapons without banging stocks because the floor doesn't dip down as many other models do on the market. The 4 black holes, these little circles that we're seeing here on the floorboard itself, again, that's so we can bring it in, we can put it where we want, and then we can anchor it to the slab. Right? Security first, guys. 50% of the security is bolting them down. Write that down, especially you. So right there, there's a hole in the back, on the back wall. That hole is provided so that if need be, you can add power or a dehumidifier. You can feed the wire through there and hook it up. We actually did a fun video. There's not a readily available safe outlet kit that's made to be able to slide through. So we made a really cool video, link in the description below, or maybe it's here on the screen, I don't know, you get it. That you can see an idea of how we go about helping our customers with making an outlet kit that will work. Then you can go ahead and slap in lights and dehumidifier and everything else to go along with it, okay? Quick rundown, hole, yes, pistol, no. This bad boy hits the scales at 1,045 pounds. So if you were thinking about taking this in the basement because you live up north somewhere, get a lot of help, ask a lot of questions before you start, okay? Ladies and germs, where is this? This is, I don't know, June 24, 2024. This cat starts at 2519, right here on the screen. Not bad, really not bad. I think you get a lot of features, everything we just covered. Go ahead and drop down in the comment section. Let me know what I forgot to talk about, the questions that you might have on this, what beard product I use. Just let me know what camera is the guy using. Ask all the questions. I don't know. The locks, warranties? Warranties? Lifetime fire, lifetime burglar. Lock has a 5-year upgradable for $149 to a lifetime. See, I'm saving you time in the comments. You're welcome. Listen, hit the like button, smash it good, follow along, subscribe. Thank you again for watching. Robert, A1EDU. See you on the next video. Thanks, guys.